Welcome back to Blazing Sky, y'all. Johnny here. As you can see, we're in front of the Smoky Bites barbecue food trailer, and we also have Sky's Talaria XXX here, as well as my Talaria Sting R MX5 Pro. And what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be hopping on each one of these bikes and telling you the differences between the two and what I like and I don't like about the two. So stick around and see what we got going on our two-wheeled adventures. Alrighty, y'all. As you can tell, we are on the Talaria XXX. So we're gonna be riding Sky's bike first. Let's give this thing a start. It's a cool way to start it, but after a while, it kind of becomes a hassle, you know? So that's one thing I don't really like right off the bat, versus the MX5 Pro, which has a key. So I like to just turn it on, hit the button and go, you know? So let's go ahead and take off real quick. Lawton. Okay, so this bike here is a 60 volt, 40 amp hour, 6 kilowatt bike. So it's no slouch. This bike is different from a lot of the other E-Motos out there because of the way the battery sits in the bike. It's more in the frame along the side here versus dropping in straight down. It weighs 125 pounds. Now this bike is not completely stock. We do have the 3.5-inch riser bars installed, and we ditched the factory Supermotos for these Shinko 241s. Normally the seat height on this thing stock would be about 31.5 inches. Now that we've put the Shinko 241s on, it might have raised it about an inch or two. And we also have the Luna float seat installed, so that might have added another inch because of more padding and whatnot. It is a lot more comfortable than it was stock too. The stock seat on this was just terrible. It was unbearable. Like 30-minute ride, your butt hurts. She does wheelie, but not at a high speed. She wheelies at lower speed. And she off-roads. So this is something you really couldn't do if you still had the stock Supermotos on. And she does jump, but the suspension on this thing is not meant for jumping and stuff. So this thing came with Supermotos. It was a street bike. It feels like a street bike. You know, I love the fact that it has functioning brake lights and stuff, but they could have added some blinkers. That would have completed the look, you know. It does feel like a little bike to me. I've ridden all kinds of bikes in my life. All kinds of dirt bikes, all kinds of sport bikes, cruisers, you name it, scooters, pocket bikes. You know, I ride anything on two wheels, and I get comfortable on them pretty quick, and I do crazy stuff with them all. I like that it's nimble, you can just throw it around, but I wouldn't try to do any crazy jumps or anything with it, you know. This bike is perfect for Sky's frame. She is about 5'4", 5'5". I'm 5'6", 5'7" with shoes on, and to me this bike feels small, like a 125. I've ridden 125s, 250s, 450s, 110s even, and this bike does feel kind of on the small side, but there's no problem with that. It's a great solid bike for anyone. For Sky, since she's ridden my bike, she loves the power. But she doesn't like the size and the heft. We're probably gonna end up upgrading this bike. I'm pretty sure she wants the MX-5 Pro power on her bike, so we could easily do that by doing a battery and controller upgrade with the stock motor, so we can reach those kinds of numbers. So my bike is a 13.4 kilowatt bike, so it's pushing double what this is pushing. But my bike is also 165 pounds versus her 125, so there's a 40-pound difference, but that's really all in the battery. The weight doesn't bother me at all. The weight does not bother me. I'm used to heavy bikes. I can throw around a 430-pound sport bike, doing wheelies and stuff. So the weight doesn't bother me at all. I've ridden heavy-ass cruisers. I just love to ride everything two wheels. Oh yeah, this isn't a bad bike at all. She loves it. She would never get rid of it. She almost did. She almost did. It would have been such a loss. It would have been so sad. We're starting to hit the trails. We don't get bored with these bikes, y'all. I encourage everyone to get out there and ride. Get out of the house. Stop playing video games. Get off your phone. Get off your tablet. Get out here and ride. And here in Lawton, my wife and I, Sky, and her brother Albert, I think we're the only three in town that have E-Motos. Y'all come on, join us, join up. Feels good on one wheel. At the time when we bought the bike, it was the best bang for your buck. This thing was only $31.50, shipped to your door. It was free shipping, no tax. It was $31.50. That's what you paid. See, it ain't slow. And the brakes are solid, 4-piston hydraulic. They're not DOT brakes, but they work. For a small bike like this, they work. Look at all the prairie doggies out. All right, let's go home and swap for the other bike. Let's go get the MX-5 now. Do wheelie! So there you have it. This is the Talaria XXX. There is a Talaria XXX Pro now, which is kind of more of an off-road version. It's got a different suspension linkage and different tires. That's about it. Otherwise, it's the same thing. Alrighty, as you can see now, I am on the Talaria Sting R MX-5 Pro. Here's the key. Hit the start button, and it's ready. I like that it has an on and off switch for the light. You can turn it completely off or on, but I don't like how there's no high beam. So you can tell here that it is wider than the XXX, which I like. It doesn't feel like a toy to me. Okay, what I love about this thing It's fast. Well, 13.5 kilowatt is not slow. That's kind of almost the standard, I guess. Most 72 volt bikes now are coming in anywhere between 8 kilowatts all the way up to 25 kilowatts, which is insane. Okay guys, 25 kilowatt. I don't feel the need to upgrade the power at all, especially not for in-town city riding, and there's not a lot of us, you know, not a lot of E-Motos to like compare these bikes to. So out of the three of us, this is the fastest bike. So I don't need to upgrade. I really don't. You know, it's plenty fast. It goes 60 miles an hour. I don't feel the need to terrorize Hellcats or anything like that. This sounds like a beast in hyper mode, y'all, which I will show y'all. There's no comparison in the power between the two bikes at all. This one just takes off. It just goes. Eco, Sport, Hyper, it goes. Let's go. Yeah, this bike is not slow, y'all. It's plenty fast. The one main gripe I have about this bike though would have to be the tires. I do not like the tires at all. I don't like the 1919 setup. I need beefier tires for off-roading. They're not good off-road tires. They're not good street tires. Okay. What I would really like to have would be maybe a set of 17-inch Supermotos and a set of 1619 for when I want to go off-roading. So that would be proper. Yeah, I fly with this bike, and it's got proper suspension. I love the suspension. It feels good. Stock from the factory, the suspension feels good. Until there's a faster bike or something that's in town or in a group that we ride with, I wouldn't want another faster bike. You know, I was thinking about the E-Ride Pro 3.0 and the Altus Sigma, but why did we go with Talaria? Because Talaria, not everyone has. You know, if it's not a Sur-Ron, it's not an E-Ride Pro. Everyone has those. And I don't care if there's not a ton of mods you can do. Like, that to me is just money. That's a lot of money to be spent on mods and upgrades. I just want to ride. Can I just ride? Please? I need to ride the bike the way it is. If it's not good the way it is, then why? Why are they selling it in the first place? Where am I? Where the hell am I? I'm going through here. Is that a helicopter? This bike is hella fun, y'all. But honestly, you cannot go wrong with any e-bike you choose because they're all fun. 60, y'all. Alrighty, guys. If y'all made it this far, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and drop a comment. We read all our comments, and I try to respond to all of them myself personally. So this video was actually a request. Someone wanted us to compare the two bikes, so that's kind of what I did, and hopefully I did a good job. Let me know what you guys think. See y'all in the next one.